I wasn't taking no for an answer. The pain was getting worse and worse. The lump by this stage on this one, on my neck, you could visibly see there was something protruding out of my neck. And I knew that this wasn't good. Eventually I ended up in Harley Street in central London. And within 30 seconds, the guy sat me down and he said, "This doesn't look normal, let's do a biopsy." This was on a Friday afternoon. And then on the Monday morning, I got the news that you've got cancer. Hi, I'm Jack. I went through a bit of a tough period over the last year. I beat cancer. Really passionate about football. I love Arsenal. I'm also really interested in artificial intelligence, a bit of a geek, to be honest. I got back from holiday a year ago in September 2017 and my eye started watering in this eye. Didn't think much of it, but after a few weeks it continued watering and I started getting pain in this eye. I started feeling a little lump, and from that I started getting a lump here, so I went and saw an eye specialist in Bristol where I'm at university, and he dismissed it. He says, go put some cream on it, and I've always felt that you know your body better than anyone else. So I went and saw a specialist in London. He dismissed it as well. Saw another one, dismissed it. This was all in the space of about 3 weeks. And I wasn't taking no for an answer. The pain was getting worse and worse. The lump by this stage on this one, on my neck, you could visibly see there was something protruding out of my neck. And I knew that this wasn't good. Eventually I ended up in Harley Street in central London. And within 30 seconds, the guy sat me down and he said, "This doesn't look normal, let's do a biopsy." This was on a Friday afternoon. And then on the Monday morning, I got the news that you've got cancer. I'm not a medically trained professional, I'm just using common sense that I didn't have lumps before, and on this side of my face I'm getting lumps pop up that's all related, and then when I looked online they were talking about tumours and benign or cancerous, malignant. I thought benign would only be one. You're not going to get 2 benign tumours pop up because that's not how it works. It's cancer. If you get more than one pop up, you know, some people have one lump that pops up in their breast and they get it removed. If you start getting lumps pop up everywhere, it can't be benign, it's going to be cancer. So that's what I thought, and I knew that something was wrong. But all the doctors, they did scans, MRIs, X-rays, everything, and they all dismissed it. They're like, "Oh, come back in a few months, you still got pain in your eye." So in the middle of December I started radiotherapy after having done 2 cycles of chemotherapy, 6 days, 24/7 intravenous. And on the first day of radiotherapy they just did 1 injection for an hour of chemotherapy, and my body reacted really badly to that drug, and I woke up the next day being unable to walk. I had no strength, my world was spinning. Woke up unable to walk, get out of bed. I remember coming downstairs, and I remember my parents said it was the scariest day for them, because I remember coming into the kitchen, they were forcing me to eat. I couldn't eat anyway, but I remember trying to pick up a fork and it was too heavy. I literally couldn't. So that day I remember writing on Instagram, I was like, I now understand why people don't opt for chemo and radio, instead they go for natural whatever therapies because of that. I was literally I can't do any more, and that was day 1, you know. And I still had 6 weeks left, and I was that was the day when I got the scan results back in April saying that I was all clear. Obviously I was delighted, and I think in general it was just a relief that, one, I didn't have cancer anymore, and secondly, more importantly, it was just the fact that I didn't have to do any more treatment. It was just a relief that this was it. I can now hopefully get on with my life and start getting back to normal. When I got diagnosed, my approach was I just need to stay positive, because I kind of really believe in the power of the mind, and mind over matter, however you want to phrase it. And I just thought, I don't care what they call it, cancer, it could be any other illness or disease. They're going to give me medicine. Yeah, it's bad medicine. But I just try and, I don't know if I was kind of protecting myself, but I just said, I've got something, whatever they call it, I'm going to get medicine and then I'll get better. It's going to be rough, I'm going to have good days and bad days, but I'll get through it. So I just kind of tried to have that positive mindset throughout. Obviously there were days where I struggled to stay positive, but I was fortunate enough to have a lot of friends and family that could provide me with support to keep me going. During my cancer time, journey, whatever you want to call it, I never cried or anything, and they said to me, they're like, because everyone said you should see a counsellor or therapist, from diagnosis. My oncologist said, you should start speaking to someone, and I kind of used my Instagram as a way to, that was kind of my blog and my way of dealing with things and expressing myself. But they said, like, if I'm a very sensitive person and I cry easily, but I didn't cry something like this, they said it's probably like a defense mechanism. They said I'm probably like bottling it up inside, but like I don't feel like I am. But it is weird, like when I think about it, that I can cry very easily because a girl, rejects me, or not I don't cry when a girl rejects me, but like, you know what I mean, like argument with, I don't have a girlfriend anymore, but like argument with a girlfriend or whatever, I can cry, but then something serious like this, and I didn't get upset. So clearly, it does have an effect on you, having near-death experiences, and obviously you never forget what you've been through. And yeah, with side effects, you're constantly reminded as well that, yeah, I've survived cancer. I've had cancer. I'm back at university now, but I was meant to have graduated last year. Now I'm back, and it's just strange. I'm very demotivated. I think that's a combination of everything I've been through. It's kind of changed my perspective on a lot of things and made me value certain things more than others. But also being out of education for so long, that's also, when I look at maths and I'm like, shit, that's complete gibberish to me. But yeah, it is weird, because do I want cancer to be a defining aspect of my life? Because I always end up speaking to people about what I've been through. But also some people ask me, oh, what's wrong with your eye? Why is your face swollen? Have you been in a fight? And then I have to explain, okay, I had cancer. So that gets a bit tedious at times. But yeah, it is weird, going from getting hundreds of messages a day to not many. I've obviously still got my friends checking up on me and stuff, but people assume that once you're cancer-free, then you're all good to go. But obviously it does have a really huge impact on your mental health. And I guess getting in the gym during treatment and afterwards, just trying to get back into shape and put on weight again, that's just helped me. And I think the gym and exercise helps a lot of people. Just kind of, it makes you feel good. It's crazy, it's just, it's absurd, at uni, hoping to graduate at the end of the year, then bam, out of nowhere. Sometimes it just feels like it didn't even happen, it was like years ago. And it's like, I was like, yeah, it didn't happen to me, it doesn't feel like it happened to me, and like I can't remember, it feels weird, like what it was like before cancer. But then they said, like, you are a different person, like one, because of what I've been through, but they said like biologically, chemotherapy destroys basically every cell in your body, you've got everything, new hair, So I am biologically kind of like a new person as well. So it is just a weird. It's weird. That's the only word I can kind of use to describe it. Is weird. It's strange, and I'm still adjusting. Still trying to adjust. When I was ill, I connected with a former fighter pilot who was a stage 4 cancer survivor, and he told me about a mantra that he lived by called survivor's obligation. So what he explained to me is that when a lot of people go through something that we had been through, a lot of people get something called survivor's remorse, especially people in the army, and they've killed someone or they've they've survived when other people have died, they feel guilty for surviving. Why did I survive? And that person, my friend or whoever, wasn't as lucky as me. And he said, instead of feeling survivor's remorse, instead of feeling guilty for surviving, instead you should live by something called survivor's obligation, which basically means you have an obligation as a survivor to live your life to the fullest, so that you kind of do all the other people that weren't as lucky as you justice. He said to me, said you've got to thrive, not just survive. That's basically what survivor's obligation means. You've just got to live your life to the fullest, and make the most of every moment. I believe, I'm much stronger coming out of it mentally, and then also, just appreciate friends, family a lot more, and don't take anything for granted anymore. I appreciate everything a lot more.